Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstones. Peace, mercy, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. The Israelites of the Bible are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And as you can see with these videos I just played earlier, you're showing it's showing the riots and the protests that had happened over the past weekend, on the weekends over there in LA. How Northern Kingdom is rising up against ICE, because ICE has been going to neighborhoods, to businesses, and also or in the streets, pretty much deporting Northern Kingdom back to their land, even though United States is the land of the so-called Native Americans and Hispanics. And we're gonna start off with the book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world." And right now, that was an uproar that's going on right now around the world. Uh, and this is what's going on right now. Verse 4, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs." And this is one of the signs that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Shai, is about to send his son Yahweh Shai to come and redeem the elect man, to redeem also his people, to come and judge the world, judge the other nations, and judge 2/3 of our people. If we go to the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7, because who's the end? Is the end of Esau's Edom's kingdom. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7. "Then answered I and said, What should be the parting sunders of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follow it? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world," so-called white man's, his kingdom is the end of the world. "And Jacob," so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, "is the beginning of it that follow it." So once the kingdom of Esau Edom ends, our kingdom is next, and we're gonna be ruling it righteously, and pretty much what Yahweh Shai, who the world internet calls Jesus Christ. And we jump to verse 18. It says, "And it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of signs shall be fulfilled." So our affliction is almost fulfilled. If we go to the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21, it reads, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz." Rejoice right now, so-called white man, enjoy your kingdom, rejoice over your kingdom. "The cup also shall pass through unto thee, thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked." The cup of the Heavenly Father's fury is going to pass through you, just like it had passed through us. It's going to pass through them. Verse 22, "The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion," so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites. "He will no more carry thee away into captivity." This is our last captivity. "He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins." If we go to the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10, it reads, "For thy violence against thy brothers Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And the day that thou stoodest on the other side, and the day that the strangers carry away captive his force, and foreigners enter into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Even thou was as one of them. Pretty much when Babylon took over Jerusalem, Esau Edom also joined them and had part of it. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, and the day that he became a stranger. Neither shalt thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah and the day of their destruction. They were rejoicing in the destruction of Judah, the southern tribe. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldst have not entered into the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. So they also, pretty much were part of it. Took treasures of ours from them. They stole it from the southern tribe. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. So pretty much selling us to slaves, as slaves. For the day of the outer one Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. So pretty much, what they did to us, they're going to get it back. Double fold. If we go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8, it reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So pretty much how the so-called white man, Esau Edom, has stole, raped, murdered the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why their kingdom is being translated from theirs to us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If we go to Amos 9, verse 8, it reads, behold, the eyes of the outer one Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom. And this kingdom is really sinful. They don't follow the law, statute, commandments, because they weren't given the law, statute, commandments. They were only given to the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Behold, the eyes of the outer one Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Saving that, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, say the outer one Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So pretty much when the Heavenly Father Yahweh sends his son Yahweh Shai to come and redeem his people, he's also going to be judging. And he's going to be judging the crap out of this kingdom, so-called United States. That's spiritually Babylon, spiritually Egypt, and spiritually Sodom. If we go to the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 6, even the disciples asked Yahweh Shai, when was the kingdom be restored to the Israelites, not to the whole world? It's the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Adawan, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Not to the kingdom to the whole world, but to the kingdom of Israel, the nation of Israel. Salak for that. Also in the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17, it reads, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of the man. So the Most High is the one that ruleth in the kingdom of man. And give it to whosoever he will. He's going to give it to whoever he wants. And set it up over it the basis of man. And right now we're low. We're really low. Because, we went off. We didn't follow the law, statute, and commandments. Like the Heavenly Father said, if you follow his law, statute, commandments, we're going to be the head. And if we disobey him, we're going to become the tail. So we became really low. But now we're getting our power back by knowing who we are, and by being blessed to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. But if we go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 27, it reads, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. And we'll bring out scriptures to back that up. Of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. So when the Heavenly Father sends his son Yahweh Shai, we're gonna be given that kingdom. And Lord willingly will endure to the end. We go to the book of Psalms, chapter 148, verse 14, it reads, He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Adonai Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So who are the saints? Those are the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So we just have to be patiently waiting, keep watching what's going on around the world, and link it up with the prophecies, and then keep enduring. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash, Shalom.